You're listening to the Main Event Moto podcast.
It's time for episode 159 of Main Event Moto. Huge shout out to Fly Racing, Mika Metals, No Toil, EMT Racing, Viral Moto, All Meat Creations, Motorsport.com, All American Chevy of Killeen, Screen Printing Done, Guts Racing, Scott USA, DRS Suspension with Race Tech, and of course, Law Tigers. Joe, how you doing, man?
Good.
What are you doing, man?
Chilling, bro.
What have you been doing?
Video games, podcasts, chilling.
That's it?
I'm carving out a dough bowl over here.
Look at your beard coming in, man.
Full beard going.
I forgot you could grow one of those.
Got all the grays happening.
Yeah, you look cool, though.
Thanks, man.
I like it. I've been good. You know what's funny is on a macro level, like, this is pretty brutal. I mean, I got laid off. You guys all probably saw the press release come out. Feld laid off, what do they say, 90% of their employees, and I think they said 900 to 1,200 employees. I didn't know they even had that many. I'm assuming that's a bunch of people like me, too, that are not there that work.
Like contractors.
Yeah, that work, and that's how, I mean, my deal is that I'm somewhat of an outside contractor, but while I'm in season, I'm an employee, like a regular one, so I got clipped, y'all, but, I mean, come on, y'all knew that was coming. Everything's shutting down, but no, on macro level, it's like, yeah, it's kind of scary a little bit at times, but if I'm being honest with you, man, I've had a good week. I've been home.
With the exception of people who have either died or had relatives die from corona, most people have probably had a decent week.
I think everyone's freaking.
Unless they got laid off.
Everyone's freaking a little bit, but in the short term, it's one thing if you get laid off because for other reasons, but when everyone gets laid off, I think everyone's almost just like, well, I mean, I'll buckle up for whatever's coming and whatever. And for me, what I've done is I've tried to look at this thing as like, how can I make the best of the situation? And for me, the best part is just hanging at home with the family and kids. This is a time of year when I'm never, ever, ever home. I'm never home in the spring. Weather's been awesome. I've literally been sitting in the backyard on a towel or a blanket with my wife and my kids, sitting in the backyard, just sitting on the grass, dude. I haven't done that ever.
There's supposedly some sort of lockdown here in Cali, but...
Oh, we'll get to the Cali lockdown. We're fully locked down, Joe. I don't know if you noticed the cars.
I haven't noticed, because
there isn't one.
Everybody's just business as usual.
No, okay, so I got to tell you what happened. So Thursday night, I forget where I was this last Thursday night. I forget where I was, but I come home. Jacob Hayes is still at my house. And all of a sudden, the news breaks that California is going on a lockdown. And I remember when I read, or when I saw it, I don't know if it was on TV or on Twitter or something, but it was Gavin Newsom is ordering Californians to lock down. And I'm like, ordering? Like, what's that mean? Like, what do you mean ordering? Like, I don't recall us doing that in this country. We don't take orders. Like, what are you talking about? But at the same time, I'm just, okay, let's see what happens. The next day, I had somewhere to be in the morning. And I'm wondering, like, am I gonna get on the freeway? Is there gonna be like a tank waiting off Kettleman Lane?
Seriously, right?
Like, I'm literally like, what is that? What do you mean orders? What does that mean? So the next morning I get up, sneak out onto the freeway, all sly and slick, and I'm like, hey, everybody's still out.
There's still
like,
the same number of people out.
In fact, maybe more, because that's what we do in this country. We rebel. We do the opposite. And I swear to you, other than, of course, the businesses that have been. Again, I don't know if it's mandatory, but businesses have been shutting down. Other than that, everyone's out wide open. I mean, I just drove here. It's like the freeways are packed. I was in traffic on the way here. Like, so what are you talking about? What is a lockdown, Joe? What does that mean here?
Yeah.
I mean, Sac County got it before California, so technically this county that we're in was already shut down before the state lockdown. And I mean, I'm here. I'm here.
Hey,
got here, no problem.
Nothing's changed.
Nothing has changed, except for, again, you grew your beard out and it looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
You want to hear something funny, though? And then let me give you guys a little show preview. We got listener questions. They're more like listener statements. Did something a little funny this week. Lucas Mirtl is going to come on the show here in a minute. Fill us in on what he knows. He's like way more connected than I am as far as what the hope is. He's connected to all the teams, so he knows way more than I do. So I thought it'd be cool to get him on. But before we do, I just got to tell you something funny. Y'all know my brother Vincent. He is who he is. But there's one thing about him that y'all might not know. He's like a major germaphobe, and he would argue with me right now and just be like, "No, the world's dirty." But whatever. He's a germaphobe, full blown. Joe, he's a little OCD, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the other day he calls me, and apparently someone at his work, a patient, tested positive for coronavirus.
Oh, no.
Him and one of his coworkers were the only two that came in contact. So they sent him home and quarantined him at home for 14 days.
Wow.
Away from work. And as soon as he got home, he got sick.
Oh, no.
Imagine that happening to a germaphobe, okay?
Yeah.
It's just, the irony is off the charts, right?
Yeah.
They won't test him, though. He said, he called in and said, these are my symptoms. They said, yeah, no, you're fine. You're not testing. But in a week, he's going back to work without being tested, even though they quarantined him for 2 weeks to stay at home, and he's sick.
That makes no sense.
What?
He's had contact with somebody who tested positive. He got sick and they won't test him.
And they quarantined him at home, but they said, yeah, he could go wherever he wants, but he's been staying home.
Yeah, he just can't go to work.
Yeah, so
There's a lot of weird stuff going on like that, man.
Crazy weird stuff.
A lot of illogical things.
I just don't get, and how much time have you spent on this stuff the last week? I gotta admit, I've spent a lot.
I stepped away for a while. We talked about it a lot on the main show, and
Did you need a breather?
Yeah, too much.
Okay, then we won't talk about it.
No, we can. I mean, whatever you want.
I don't want to talk about the things I've read. I've gone down so many rabbit holes, dude.
This is a Moto show.
It is a Moto show. We're gonna get to Moto, but I thought it was just hilarious.
There's a lot of stuff out there. That is really funny that he got it all. Just the fact that he has that occupation and he's a germaphobe is...
Yeah. Before we get Mirtl on, I saw you tweet this. I saw someone else tweet this. I've seen multiple tweets. What the hell is Tiger King?
Tiger King is a show on Netflix. You guys got to watch it. It's pretty interesting.
I've heard other words than interesting.
Okay.
Is it other words? Is there a lot of words?
It depends on what you're into. It's crazy, man. It's a crazy story. You think it's going to go one way, and then it just goes a completely different way.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right.
Somebody put it to me like this the other day. It could have been Sage Runner. She said that it's like Wild Whites of West Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
But with tigers.
Really?
Yeah. Which is basically the truth.
The Whites of West Virginia was incredible.
Yeah. This is basically that, but with gigantic animals that will rip your dick off.
Oh, my God. Okay. Well, all right. Well, I will take a look. Next thing on my list that I had to ask you about, because I haven't spoke to you and I want to know your thoughts.
Yeah.
Did you watch Madonna's 2 videos?
What is happening there?
What the hell is she doing?
Oh, dude. Irrelevancy is a bitch. It's got to be shitty to start to drop out of irrelevancy.
That's what I was wondering is this just desperate for attention?
Yeah, like
classic case.
Of course, like all big artists like this, there is a humongous sense of narcissism involved where they have to have a certain number of eyes on them at all times, or they don't feel validated.
But then why wouldn't you do something cool?
To her, that probably is cool. She's out of her mind.
Sitting in a bathtub with rose petals, and I don't know what she was talking about. She thinks
that's cool.
Does anyone else?
Maybe her
Motoheads.
Maybe her 20-year-old boyfriend. I don't know.
Oh gosh. Hold on, what else is on my list? Oh, this money thing. Are we gonna get checks or no? What the hell is that even?
Oh man, I don't know.
Should we just stop there before we go down? Because it's just gonna send down rabbit hole. I just have a list of things that I had to ask Joe. No, I don't want to. No, I'll just stop right there. We're done with that. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. Crazy times for sure. We'll get Mirtl on. We'll talk about the Supercross side of things. But I have spent a lot of time over the last week just going down rabbit holes, research. Not even rabbit hole, just trying to research and understand what's going on. I feel like I have to somewhat be in the know because there's a part of me that wants to check all the way out, right? Like,
yeah.
Do you hear what? Oh, that's on my list. I didn't write it down. Jared Leto. Did you hear what he did?
Yeah.
That is awesome. That is cool.
Me and Hope Nick talked about that last week.
Okay.
That's crazy. He's
and that's
at
legit,
a meditation hike for 12 days was gone.
No technology.
Right when it started, he comes back to like the world ending.
Is all in lockdown, right?
There was another group too they weren't celebrities. They were just like a couple of buddies. They were out in the Utah wilderness for like 20 days or something. They get back and they're met with this corona thing that's just going berserk.
Oh,
they were like, what the hell is going on?
That's what I was saying. Like Jared Leto, at first I'm thinking, is he full of it or no? And then I kind of feel like he's the type that would go meditate for 10 days and then come back and be whatever.
Yeah. I'd do it too.
But anyways, no, the part of me wants to. Like, there's this like part of me so badly that wants to just take the phone away and literally take it from Maggie, which I would ask her to let me take it from Maggie, and just go off the grid for a week and see what happens in a week, and then just catch up. But I can't. I've been bored. I've been lonely. Not lonely, like I've been good with the kids and the family, but I've just had time. I've had some time. Like there's only so much The Princess and the Frog you can watch in a week. You know what I'm saying? So I've had to go off the deep end a little bit. And dude, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to war with China. I don't know if this is all real. I've heard these credited scientists and doctors completely conflicting each other. Oh my God, dude! I don't know what's going on, but I know that this is a Moto podcast, and we need to.
I mean, if you want to stick around, we could do a main show afterward, but it's up to you.
I would, Joe, but unfortunately, my wife's grandma passed away 2 days ago.
Gam.
Yeah, and this one sucks too. They all suck, but she's pretty much Maggie's mom. Raised her from the time she was a baby.
That's rough.
Very close with her. And she passed away 2 days ago. So Maggie flew to Arizona to be with her grandma's husband, George, who's like, he's grandpa. My kids are obsessed with him. He's the coolest dude.
Grandpa George.
So she's there with him, just kind of helping with things. So unfortunately, I'm watching the kids, and they're in the car. I'm just kidding. They're not in the car, but they're at my mom's house.
They're in the trunk.
Who just had surgery, appendectomy something.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so my mom can barely get up, but she's watching the kids. But for the Motoheads, I'm here for you.
Dang, dude, I'm sorry to hear. That's a lot of stuff going on there.
A lot of stuff going on. But
shout out to Mags and Gam.
Yeah, they're
Grandpa George.
It's super sad, but at the same time, like there's positives to it too. Like again, it's a Moto show. Let's talk Moto. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll get Mirtl on. We'll talk Moto, and then do some listener questions later.
Main event Moto.
There's a reason I run DRS suspension and Race Tech hard parts with Mika Metal's chains, bars, and sprockets on Evans 65. First off, DRS suspension settings work everywhere. I haven't changed a clicker since I put them on. Maybe it's the internals from Race Tech that give it that extra something.
American-made products with a 100% guarantee. You don't see that every day.
Yeah, the DRS Race Tech combo works for me. And what can I say about Mika?
First off, they've been with us since the beginning.
The quality of their bars is top of the line, and Mika is the only chain and sprocket combo I run. Motoheads, get with the program. It's DRS suspension, Race Tech, Mika Metals.
Say it again.
It's DRS suspension, Race Tech, Mika Metals. Is that good, Joe?
Yeah.
I love when NorCal companies take the world by storm. Guts Racing seat covers and no-toil filters are made right here at home, but their products travel the country and world on some of the baddest dudes' bikes in pro racing.
Who runs Guts?
Too many factory teams to list, Joe.
Who runs No Toil?
Well, it's the only filter Chad Reed will run. Guts and No Toil make only the best. So visit gutsracing.com and notoil.com and step up your game, Motoheads.
Look good? Check. Protection? Check.
Fly Racing has had the gear game on lock for years, but the Formula helmet has taken Fly to another level. They didn't just make a high-quality helmet, they redefined the standard for the most important piece of safety equipment on a rider's body.
Use your head and protect your head. Run the Fly Formula helmet.
Then cover the rest of your body in Fly's Evolution and Kinetic gear lines.
Easy decision. Main Event Moto Podcast.
How you doing, bro?
Good. Just finished up a little dinner in the office now.
We're good. How are you doing with your chewing tobacco?
Got 3 rolls here, but I probably could go restock up.
I heard you're hitting it pretty hard.
Dude, yeah, I got issues with it for sure.
I also heard that you're working on a watch deal too.
Oh, well, that fell over.
Oh.
I got gypped at the last minute.
All right. Just some things I heard. Some crazy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other things I've heard too about you, but this show's rated R. Can't go any further. Than
Did
that.
you hear about the Bud Heavies, the diesels?
No. Let's hear it.
Jacob saw, like, I've got a beer fridge out of my patio, and there's just a row of Budweiser Heavies, and he was like, "Oh, I gotta send that to Blair. He'll love it."
I like Bud Heavies. They're actually pretty good.
100%.
You know, I used to always be scared of them because, you know, when you're young and you start drinking, you're not ready to just go at the heavies, right? You get into the lights, and then some people, like my good friend Mike Mason, just never grows out of it and just keeps drinking Coors Lights forever. But dude, I was scared of Bud Heavies forever, or the banquets, Coors banquets, and I think they're a lot better than the lights. That's my opinion. But
so tell me this: is a Bud Heavy the same percentage as like a Corona?
I don't know. Joe, do you know? No. Don't know. Why? Do you know?
No, because the thing in Australia, that all the beers are that like high percentage.
Like Foster's?
Yeah, Foster's, Forex, Swan Gold. Where I'm from in Australia, Swan Gold.
Is Foster's a real Australian beer, or is that some kind of gimmick we say here?
Yeah, that's what we said. I think that's what we sold the rest of the world. But
do you guys have Outback there or no?
No.
It's a good spot.
No. Yeah,
good spot.
Not bad.
Hey, all right. So we already wasted a bunch of time on this show talking about things non-moto related. So you're the moto expert. You know more than I know. What do you know? What's happening to our sport, man? Do we have a sport anymore?
Yes, we do. All
right. Well, what's it doing? And when am I getting a call?
There's no timeline right now, just because of this stupid flu bug.
Wait. What'd you call it?
The flu bug.
Nah, no way, dude. That's not what the scientists I've heard this week have said. It's a bubonic plague, bro.
It's a pandemic for sure.
Okay.
COVID-19. Yeah, it's a situation that's caught. Caught every industry off guard.
Hey, let me ask you this: why do they call it COVID-19?
Don't know.
What happened to the other 18?
You tell me, mate. You tell me.
Just I don't know. I've had a lot of time on my hands.
Is that your
last week.
conspiracy theory?
Oh, one of about 50 of them. You want to keep going?
Yeah. Tell me more.
No, I don't want to. I get hot and bothered. I don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about the sport. Like what's happening? I saw the outdoor press release. Is that a go, or is that optimistic thinking?
I'd like to say there's a lot of optimism in that schedule. As the days and the hours go past, like more conversations we're having with people from every news conference and that. I would love to say that's going to happen. I don't think it can't happen. The challenges for the outdoor series is they're all independent promoters.
Right. It's not what I mean. MX Sports is there, but MX Sports is dealing with promoters.
High Point, right?
Yep.
So where my concern is, and that's like my concern is are they going to get, as a promoter, when do they get the okay? Like, all right, start paying for your infrastructure, start paying for everything to go.
Right.
That's a bigger question I haven't asked or haven't got an answer to. Just one of my concerns that shared by probably every other team manager, team owner, or anyone of importance in the industry would feel that. That's my only concern. When you ask me, hey, are we optimistic? Hey, if those promoters are ready to go with like 3 weeks notice to get tickets on sale and try put 10 to 15,000 people in their venue, they're willing to take that risk. Or
right. So the problem is that from what I've heard is that it starts taking quite a bit to invest to get ready, and then no one wants to do that because no one knows if it's happening. So that's why they push the first. Well, Hangtown's canceled, but the other two are pushed, and they're hoping that they somehow get some news from now till then that allows them to turn it all on, and that's. How long do they need? I feel like word would travel fast if it was on. You know what I mean? Like,
it's just where, like, man, every year you hear those promoters, like they could get a thunderstorm and the night before and lose half their gate, right?
Yeah.
You know, so, and then you hear like, oh, we totally lost our ass on this. And then you hear other ones that like, oh yeah, we did good, this pays for the rest of our year to run this track. And this is how we keep everything going.
Right.
You know, so I've never been inside those meetings. I'm just from the outside looking in, just on a, you know, nuts and bolts perspective, you know, on how the business works. And there would be concern. I feel like it's going to be a moving schedule, right? I think that's their intention to run those rounds, those 11 rounds, which is 11, correct? Right?
Yeah, 11, yep.
Yeah, so I think it's their intention, like, hey, we're running these 11 rounds. This is the plan, everything going good. We love this plan as of, you know, as of March the 23rd.
It looks great on paper. Like, I love it.
Yeah.
But I just feel like every single day that the news continues to circulate, I don't feel like we're getting anywhere closer to turning this thing back on. It's going the other way. It's still going the other way.
Yes and no. It depends which media you're actually listening to. If it's, I mean, we're getting mixed signals. Like Casey Wasserman, who owns Wasserman Media Group, who I work for, he's in direct contact with government and officials, and we're constantly having phone calls and email chains. Like, because not only does it motocross and supercross affects me and my X Games athletes. Look, we have $1 billion in baseball deals. We have so much NBA, we have NFL, we have soccer in Europe and whatnot. So they're in more of a panic than I am. I'm probably chilling, like, compared to where they would be when they've got, you know, per game appearances,
right,
where the contracts drawn from. So essentially they've just gone, yeah, there's no more basketball this year.
Well, and that's where, again, I think for Feld, the hardest part for Feld on this is they're not getting hit just in Supercross. They're like Wasserman. They're getting hit in every single property, all the way.
In saying that, there's procedures getting in place. I don't feel, to every listener, to you, Joe, everyone, I'm not panicked one bit whatsoever. Not for our MLB, not for NBA, not for NFL. Is the situation ideal? Heck no. But it's far. I feel like there's light at the end of the tunnel. You look at China's already closed down the hospitals they built to handle it. They've kind of gotten through it, you know. Essentially, there was talks this morning, not to get political or, you know, jump out of my lane, but essentially it's like, are we quarantining the wrong people or should we just quarantine the people that are at risk for the next 2 months so they don't catch the damn thing? Like, oh, if your uncle has leukemia, maybe let's just not take him to the Ralphs in the morning, you know?
Right.
Like I feel there's a change coming. That's my opinion. That's no expert. But I feel with this pandemic and everything that we're going to start using a little bit more common sense.
They have to.
We have to get this country.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not, and I don't want to get political, but I'll still just throw some common sense out. We can't go through a shutdown for very long without the whole thing collapsing, and then it doesn't even matter. The virus means nothing at that point.
No, for sure. So I feel, you know, a lot of caution was taken just to make sure. I think the initial stress was, if 1 million people get this, we don't even have hospital beds.
Right. I
think that's where it comes from. That's where, holy fuck,
right,
you know, oh God, this is trouble.
Right.
And very rightfully so. And I think our leaders have handled it great. They cop a lot of flack, but, you know, I wish, I don't know if there's a finger to be pointed here, you know?
Yeah, are you with me that you just want to open hand slap any politician that tries to stay political during this time?
Oh, for sure.
Can you all idiots just shut up, take a break, take a vacation, and just get along for a minute, and then you guys can fight all again right after. It's all good. Like, we're not taking away from you forever. Just like for a minute, like shut up. You know?
I'm right there with you.
But then again, I think if that was the case, then I think everybody would have a little bit more optimism. Like I said, I hear optimistic reports too that we're going to, open things back up here pretty quick and start doing more selective quarantine and in areas that are the heaviest affected. Like for me, dude, I live in the Valley of California, like the Northern California Central Valley. Is that what you call us, Joe? What do you call this area? Central Valley? It is not the same as the Bay Area or Los Angeles. I mean, there's so many different regions of this country, and I'm just shocked that they're trying to shut the whole damn thing down for things that are happening in selective territories. Even China didn't shut China down; they shut parts of China down. Like, I don't know. I'm just again, I'm baffled on that part of it. But I'm looking for optimism that we're all good in the sport. And like I said, I know you're connected a little bit more than me. What are the teams? Are they optimistic too? Is everybody optimistic here? Or I mean, where's our pushback coming? Or is there any?
No, I don't know if there's any pushback. I think I've spoken with every team and everything. We're all just trying to make sure we do everything right for the best interest of the sport, And that's to finish the Supercross series at some point and support Feld, and also get as many outdoor races as we can get done. Right. Now, however that time frame allows us, if it's a delayed season, if we don't finish till October, early November, then I'm all good with it.
Right.
We can backdate agreements. We can make amendments.
Yeah, that's how I want to ask. Is that hard, or is that adjustable? Like again, I know a lot. Actually, educate me a little bit on that. When do most deals end? Right after outdoor, right? That's end of August,
right
September,
after
maybe.
Outdoors.
Okay, so if for whatever reason this extended into the fall time, is that hard for you on your end to make these adjustments? I mean, are the teams and riders all cool? What if a team's like, I'm kind of sick of that guy? I mean, is everyone going to honor, or what do you think happens?
No, everyone just keeps going racing with their current roster and finish the series.
That's what my hope was. My hope was that everything can be finished, close the books in the chapter, and then, it's short off season, and it's a quick restart, but I mean, it is what it is. Like, you just do your best with it, right? You just do your best with whatever time you have and make it work.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if they only get a month, 6 weeks, 7 weeks before Supercross starts, I don't think anyone's going to complain right now, if that's the case.
Right. What happens with the guys? This is just, you don't even have to answer this if you don't want to. I'm just curious. Do riders still get paid during this time?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Because I didn't know if they were per round, if they were salaried, so it was just automatic. And then I was just curious again if that was how it worked. And I mean, is everybody the same? I would have to imagine everyone's contracts are a little different.
Yeah. At this stage, contractually, everyone's still doing their job. We're still working forward to go racing the rest of the year. It's not critical. There is clauses, force majeure, which is in most contracts, which is a clause just, act of God, Right. It is in the most general sense, it's a contractual right to pause the performance of an obligation, due to unforeseen circumstances out of your control, meaning you can, and then these things are written. I have about 40 versions I've read through in the last.
I was going to say, I assume you've been pretty busy.
Yeah, we've read through them, and it's not just me. It's Scott Lindley, our lawyer. He does it all. So it's a clause to, if both parties are unable to, complete the obligations of the agreement. Right. One side of the party can call force majeure. Depends on the writing, and sometimes in there's a time like force majeure, 30 days, 60 days, 120 days. Right. Where you can pause the contract, or although they are written in lots of different ways, but it's more of a, hey, if both parties can't do the job of this contract, you can call force majeure, right, and put on hold. An athlete can go and take on, other obligations should they want to, or the team could, or the gear sponsor, goggle sponsor. But at this point in our world, in my case, it shouldn't. It's such a interpretive clause that I don't foresee anyone kind of jumping on that.
Yeah, I would assume at this point everyone is still so optimistic and so like in hope that it's going to work, that no one's even thinking that way yet. But if this thing continued to get worse and worse and worse, then I just wonder what happened. Like what actually happens with contracts and even not even just riders, but sponsors. Like sponsors, I'm sure don't want to be forking over checks right now while they're not making any money and while there's nothing going on. You know what I mean? So it's like, where is there a breaking point? I'm assuming everyone's cool now, but when does it come to a point where it's like, okay, we all got to take a look at what's going on here because like there's no money moving around. It's all froze, you know?
Yeah. You would see that. You would see that at the top, at the heavy. Think of an agreement someone possibly could be in where they overpaid, committed long term, their business has declined. They may mention it. I mean, heck, we'd like a break of this.
Right.
You know, but right now I can only talk for my roster. I mean, I love my roster and I would happily renegotiate every one of those deals right now.
Right. Right.
I'd be very happy to get to the drawing board on all new agreements for every one of my guys. I'm fortunate that we've had a lot of success this year and last year. So
it's been good. Hey, how are your guys? Like, what are they doing? Like, what? I mean, I know that, but like, how much though? Like, how I heard the TLD guys were told, or maybe not TLD, maybe all KTM maybe was told 1 day a week or something, and I didn't know if that was true, and I didn't follow up. I probably should have, but. Do you back off a little? I mean, you can't just crank these guys 4 or 5 days a week.
No. There's a few parts. There's a few ways to answer that. Like what I spoke to my guys, my clients. Like usually we're 14 rounds in, 13 rounds in right now.
Right.
You ain't going to find another level. You're kind of probably managing a few niggling injuries. You're trying to get the bike off the line if you're getting bad starts or you're struggling through the loops or whatnot. You never get this mid-season restart, you know. So I've actually spoke to RJ, the Lawrences, you know, Jacob, all these guys. I'm more like, now's the time to find another level.
Right.
Now you go back to the drawing board. You all got, you know, 5-6 rounds each, or, you know, 4 rounds on the East and whatnot. Guess what? You get to go figure out where you missed missed the mark in the off season, where you were deficient, where the results weren't there. And you can go back and work.
Right.
This thing is coming back. It is happening. There's no way. If we have to race until Christmas Day, I'm okay with that. And I tell you now, every one of my clients and everyone in the sport wants it. We'll back it. You know,
that's good. That's good to hear.
No, I'm literally telling my guys to like take the ball and run with it for real. Like. Let's go. Like, well,
I mean, we're watching RJ Hampshire right now on the TV. What was this? Oh, this is a Dirt Shark video from Atlanta. And I'm watching RJ and I'm thinking to myself, okay, he really was getting better and better and better each week. You know, was figuring the bike out. He's got a nice little break right now to figure that bike out all the way, where he had time, but he didn't have all the time, but now he has all the time. You know what I mean? So I know what you're saying is use this time to, fix some of the deficiencies that you may have, and then when the thing fires back off, then wow, you come out swinging like it's round 1 again, but you're a different person. You leave a nice little impact there at the end, and along with your career. So I know what you're saying, but at the same time, like, how do these guys do that? You know how hard everyone works in this sport, but you're working because there's a date. You're working towards a date, and when there's no date, I mean, how hard is it to like grind away when you don't have a date yet? I mean, I guess we do. We have that June
but I don't know how much. I don't know how much the athletes look towards that date. I feel they look for a feeling. They look for that familiar, that comfortable of I'm going fast. I don't know if you know. Ultimately, my guys are like, okay, 13 days, I'm racing on Saturday night. I think you, media, and as an agent, I kind of always go, look, we're 12 days out.
Yeah.
This time next week, you'll be on the line. And I say that, and the athletes go, yeah, you are right. It is Saturday, huh? You know, like they don't break it down like that. They've got such a workload during the day and then training with Jim and everything else they do after that. I don't think they get fixated. They're very much in front of them, very much stimulated.
I hate to reveal, but I could tell you some top level dudes right now that are enjoying life a little bit though.
Oh, so they should. There is. Unfortunately,
beers are being consumed. I can promise you that.
Yeah. Well, definitely. I'd encourage the guys to take the edge off, mate, and have a cold one, and just relax a little. But at the same time, I think it's it's going to make great headlines. Who's went ahead and done the homework?
Right. Who looks different when this thing is going
Jet
again?
Lawrence find another second?
That's my next question for you.
You know what I mean?
Whoa! Answer the question.
Mm-hmm.
Jet Lawrence, he find another second?
Has he or will he?
Has he?
I don't know. I'm not at that. They're in Florida right now. But
they're in Florida. That's right.
But he'll prepare and be 10 times the rider he was showing up to St. Louis and Anaheim too.
Yeah, it's kind of a. I mean,
if anyone needed a reset or like that, to give that to a rookie, and go, hey, all right, let's study.
It does benefit them, but I think it also benefits people that had an injury like he did, and then Adamson Sorello. By the time this thing goes again, he'll be 100%. He won't be trying to get something together, trying to get. He'll be 100% by the day this thing goes again.
I'll put money on AC straight up, and then the other guy who this helps, Joey Savacci.
I forgot about him. I mean, he's going to be missing less time than he originally was.
So this helps Joey. And then the other guy that this really helps is Hunter Lawrence, where he wasn't going to do Supercross. He's going to come, we haven't talked about this. I'm talking off the cuff, but the time frame now works for him to go finish the rest of the season.
So now I see why you're so optimistic.
Yeah. No,
Jet gets more time to come back. Hunter gets into Supercross. Joey gets back earlier. RJ gets more time on the bike.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. This is great for you. You're loving it.
Yeah, I don't hate it. It's a love-hate kind of thing.
I know.
Look, I'm looking at the silver lining. Like the way people are panicking, I don't even know how half these people cross the street in their life, the way they panic.
Oh, yeah. It's been pretty wild. Let me see. I'm trying to think of some more moto things that I personally want to know. Supercross has dramatically changed. The press release came out, and everybody got laid off except for I don't even know exactly who's still there, but the majority of everybody from Supercross did. If this thing goes back off in the fall time, where does it go? Where do they race? Football and college football is not going to take a break. They're going to come on as quick as possible too. Mm-hmm. Like, where the hell are we racing?
There's plenty. There's Carson, Bank of America, soccer field downtown LA.
Which is where, and that's where Monster Cup was going to be, was in Carson, right?
Yeah. The old Home Depot
but that's
Center.
Soccer. Is XFL playing there? Are we above XFL?
Resting on venues.
I was to say, are we actually above XFL? That'd be cool if we were above them.
No. I like it.
No, we're not.
No, I like it.
I watched one game of it. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was great. I love that the commentators are asking the coaches questions in between plays. It was freaking awesome. I was like, get me there. I would love to have access to these coaches in the middle of plays. That'd be great. Anyways,
I lost the 100 on the first XFL game.
Which game?
Is it the Dallas Renegades? I picked the Dallas team, and we got worked by St. Louis.
I've watched one game, and I watched for a half hour. I thought it was cool, but that's all I got into it. I know Jenny Taft was doing a bunch of those, though, which is cool to see Jenny.
Always.
So you're not worried about venues at all? I mean, you think they got?
No, I think there's completely.
You think we'll be back in St. Louis in the fall?
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, there are stadiums out there. There's
plenty. And
then I'm assuming Sam Boyd. I mean, I know they want to demo it bad, but they could stick around for a little bit, right? Wait a little bit.
Definitely. I think guys,
Oakland, dude. Oakland.
I think best case scenario is we're back in the next 2 months. My ideal situation is that we become the first sport back
I got it, and I want that too. And look, I don't want to say this as in spite of outdoors, because I'm a motocross and supercross fan, but obviously my interest is more in supercross because it's where I work. It's something, and I did even in my career, I liked it more. I'm not going to hide the fact that I like supercross a little bit more. And I think it'd be great if any version of our sport comes out first. But man, I really had this thought in my head, like Supercross was going to be the first ones back or early, and we were going to get a shot at maybe a few weeks of more eyes. That was just my personal, what I wanted to happen. But the way things are looking, at least on paper, it looks like it would start outdoors, not indoors. And again, not a spite to outdoors. I would have loved it. So I would have loved if Vegas and Salt Lake went off on NBC. It would have been just so rad, man.
Best case scenario, we wrap this thing up here. We get off all this quarantine nonsense. We get kind of going by middle of next month. And I would love for Feld to go, you know what? We're going to run early. We're going live, even if the first one has no fans at.
Well, and they haven't canceled Salt Lake and Vegas yet, have they? I didn't see anything.
No, not officially, no.
Okay,
no.
So I guess as long as those two are holding on for hope, I'm assuming those are holding on for hope just in case things do turn on, like you say. Boom, we got those days. Boom, get out there as quick as possible and do it. And I would assume the teams would be fired up. And again, everyone's freaking out about how they laid everyone off. I mean, I get laid off every May. That's normal. Like you could get laid on very quick.
Look, and a lot of those people are contracted 1099. Like they work per tour, they work per event or whatever. It's not like Feld's going under or anything. Or to my knowledge, not. So a lot of those guys, like I've worked with all the FMX guys over the years. Like they're always contracted per event. Now, they don't sell tickets. They're not running those events. You're not getting paid. You get laid off, right? So it just depends. I believe they'd have all their W-2 employees still there in their offices running, and then everyone else who was essentially employee contracted 1099,
right?
Hey, we'll call you once we get this all going, Now, probably some liability, some workplace stuff that you got to let people know early,
Hey, I just saw something funny. I gotta bring this up. We're watching the Dirt Shark video of Barsha and Tomac arguing, which was great. In the background, dude, I'm assuming it was Doc G or someone just picked up Cooper Webb and like popped. Is that when they popped his ribs back in? Remember how his ribs were dislocated in the main in Atlanta, like halfway through? Someone in the background of the video, I just noticed it real quick. Just picked him up and like cracked his back or popped his ribs back. I'd never seen that before. That was wow.
I was too busy watching those two
argue.
Argue.
It's awesome.
So cool.
All right, what else? What else about Moto? Anything? Any thoughts on 2021? I mean, God, I know this throws a wrench and everything, but has there been thoughts or talks about? Do we just is the plan to pick it right up in 2021? No issues. So I mean, what have you heard on that? Is it everything's fine?
Yeah.
Man, still so weird, man.
Short off season.
So okay, so that's your best case scenario. What do you think's likely if you were to just guess?
I can't make that guess other than I'm telling you we'll run. I'd say we're going to run close to 90 to 75% of all the races that every fan thought they were going to watch. Look at it as a break. And, they're going to be – a lot of people are working for the best interest of the sport right now and the fans and making sure these, we get out there.
And from what you've seen too, everybody seems to be on the same page or close to it. Everyone's –
yeah, everyone's working together on it, I think. And I was nervous at that because I was super worried, and I think I even talked to you about it, that I was like, I hope everyone doesn't try kick Feld while they're down on this.
I saw a little bit of that right away, and it seemed like that went away right away, and I'm glad it did.
Yeah, like if I've been honest, I was sitting here going, dude, if these jabronis start taking that stance on this, like we're biting the hand that feeds.
Bad.
Is it a perfect is it a perfect system? No, but tell me one that is in sports, right?
Right.
You can speak to an NBA, NBA players and the agreements and the NFL players' agreements and rights and that. No one's ever had.
Yeah, don't forget about the lockouts that have happened in other sports because, trust me, every sport has their own issues. And again, for the most part, it seems like a lot of the noise that's been negative about our sport has mostly just been kind of noise. But if you talk to people that are all there every single year, everyone will say, yeah, there's these little things that I wish were a little bit different, but everyone loves it. So it's like, I feel like most of the angst has come from like a very small group of fans that have just seemed to take a shot at everything, almost not just a little bit of everything all the time. Where I feel like everybody there is pretty stoked all the time. Like I think we're all pretty happy with it, with hopes of things getting better always. But I don't feel like there's a bunch of animosity and negativity and angst in the paddock ever. I feel like everyone's pretty stoked.
Yeah, I think you see it from the privateers or guys that lose a ride, and here and there, they start really picking at the nuances of the sport. But yeah, I was worried. I was worried that, oh great, here we go. Here's the bash on Feld, bash on the company that put us in the same stadiums that Tom Brady throws a football at.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, dude, we're so fortunate, I think it could be a little fairer on the manufacturers and these teams. I'd love to see that change. I'd love to be a part of that.
Yeah.
To make it, I'd like to relieve some of that cost. Can that happen? Who knows? But at the same time, Feld, Davey Coombs, MX Sports, I'm behind them 1,000% in whatever they need to do.
Me too.
What's best for the sport.
And you know why? And this is why I can speak on this because I was a privateer forever. I knew what I was signing up for every year. And there were times when I'm looking at the purse or I'm looking at different things. I'm like, God, man. But I signed up. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, no one's getting there and going, wait, what? This is how it goes. Everybody knows. So, if again, the little problems that there are or the little things that could be better, I think they're small and minute. And I feel like if you look at over time, they've all gotten better over time. Everything's gotten a little bit better. Maybe it moves a little slower than some would like, but I think for the most part, it's pretty awesome. And that goes back to my question is from what you see with the teams, the riders, Feld, Davey Coombs, is everybody all working together at least to this point? Because that's what I feel like as long as that's happening, we got a shot,
Yeah, no, they definitely are. I don't know. I right now, I think everyone's focus is really on Supercross, Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
MX Sports released that outdoor schedule kind of on their own, and I don't hate it. I know some people are like, what? Should we been called about that? That's up to Davey and that. I support him.
Right.
I think that's a moving target.
That's what I was going to, I think that's more, it's optimistic. It's almost like the schedule should have said, this is what we're doing if things turn around, which I think everyone gets it. That's what that meant. It didn't mean like, no, we're running June whatever, regardless of what Florida said. No, it was like, hey, if things go the way we hope, this is what we're doing. And I love that optimism. And I'll tell you right now, the day before I got my official, my last kind of day, I made a call to Feld just to find out how things were going. I let him know, look, like I'm not trying to bug. I know that I'll find out things in due time. But I'm just curious why haven't I heard it? Why has no one heard anything in a while? And it was so simply understandable to me. And it was because things are changing in the country every day. We can't put something out when the news changes every 24 hours. We can't do anything yet. Like we can't say this date or that date or whatever. So it's like we're waiting day by day by day. And at least from what I understood when I was talking to him, sounded like there was multiple ideas and plans, and all those were just contingent on when we turn the light switch back on. And until then, it's just a lot of hopeful planning, hoping that we can execute that day. And I think that's fair. I didn't leave the conversation going, oh, come on, tell me more. It was more like, I get it. Like, dude, I watch the news too. It changes every day.
Yeah. Look, I think a best case scenario, we're praying, whatever you want to call it, would be Supercross gets on before NBA, MLB, and with UFC, we're the first live event.
Oh man!
And you felt will knock it out of the parks on their ratings. We'll get 1 million new eyeballs on the sport.
Oh man!
And look, we have the best headline. Tomac's up on 3 on Ken, right?
Yeah, it's not like we're coming back. All right, we're back, and so has a 30-point lead. Like whoop-de frickin' do. Like we're coming back to this thing, and it's on when it's on. Like let's go.
What better for live TV?
Yeah.
And, Saturday night. I mean, who won't watch it?
No, I mean, I know, and it'll be advertised as they'll be the first. I mean, again, this is all a perfect world, but they'd be the first ones to say, let's go, let's rock and roll. And people would be intrigued to see what the hell that looks like, that something's running again,
And if that's a possibility to happen, I can tell everyone listening and all you guys that the powers that be, everyone's working towards doing that.
Trying to.
All
right. Well,
that's the plan.
I like it.
What do you guys think?
I mean, I'm a half glass full kind of guy. 99% of the time, I've had a rough week. Reading some of the things I've been reading, Lucas, I've gone down a couple rabbit holes, man, and the ones I've gone down are not as optimistic as this conversation. Yeah. But then again, I was almost looking for that stuff. You know what I mean? I was trying to entertain myself, and hearing a bunch of positive stuff wasn't entertaining this week. I had to go doom and gloom, and oh my god, if some of the things I read come true, nice knowing you, bro.
No, definitely. Well, everyone's called me. Like I've had my fair share of doom and glooms, and honestly, mate, I'm just sitting here like. Enjoy the time off. Like, relax, boys.
That's what I've been doing.
It's going to come back. It's like, hey, this analogy I've been using. When you go to the hospital with an athlete and they've got a broken arm or whatever, what's the first doctor say? Oh, dude, he'll never ride a motorcycle again. How many times have I heard that, right?
A lot.
Right? Like, and that ER doctor is like, that ER resident surgeon who's just done 16 hours is saying, oh, yeah, I've never seen a break like that. He'll never ride again. And you're like, okay, well. And then over the next 48 hours, the prognosis always goes, yeah, we'll be back on a bike in 6 weeks.
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
I genuinely feel that this is going to pass and we're going to be back and up operating as soon as possible. And I think that's the government can't let this keep going on like this.
Like we said, it won't. It can't. We can't. And not only that, dude. I'm sorry, but Americans, we don't do that. And I think you Australians are crazy too. You guys ain't putting up with that crap. But I know in this country, dude, like we're not doing a lockdown. I can tell you that right now. It's not happening.
Yeah. Well, I hope we don't need that words, but yeah, like I said, like here in Orange County, man. People are still kind of going on as their days, like I've been in the bank and,
it's wide open here, dude. It's been wide open.
Wide
and I think it's funny how they're like, hey, we got to self-distance. Everyone needs to be apart. We can't spread this thing. Oh, but you can all go to the grocery store. Okay, so that's putting a lot of people in one building. Like, really?
Yeah.
Like, we can't all be together on our own terms, but you're going to put us all in a grocery store together? Like, it sounds a little stupid on my part, but... Anyways, all right, Lucas, optimism, bro. I love it.
Yeah.
Hey, I messed up. I didn't have you come in with a cool intro.
Yeah, you didn't?
But I promise you, producer Joe is going to make you a great outro. Right, Joe?
Okay.
I got something on my mind right now. I think you're going to like it.
All right.
Cool, bro. I'll talk to you soon.
What else are you hearing? Anything else going on?
No. In the sport or in life?
Yeah, on the show tonight.
Oh, no, we're just going to do listener questions and give away a gift card.
Oh.
Yeah, you were the star, dude. You were the main course, bro.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to go get drove crazy till, what time is it? 9 o'clock by my family. Jacob told me your family's pinned right now.
Yeah, it's been a weird week. Let's just say that. Like I said, I've had some great moments where I've just been able to chill. Like we've spent a lot of time as a family just chilling in the backyard and like just go and play. I have this little track by my house. I've been taking Evan. We've been doing just like weird little drills, just trying to like just have fun and stuff. So it's been good, but it has been a little out of control. Kids are out of school, obviously. My wife has had an unfortunate thing happen in her family. So there's been a lot of other layers to our week. But dude, in all honesty, bro, I got to tell you, my attitude's been pretty good. I've been happy. I've been with my family every day, and that's been cool. I don't get that this time of year. So it's been good. It's been scary, weird, confusing, and good. If you could put those all into one emotion, that's what it's been.
It's going to be a long 12 months through to this time next year. We're going to do a lot of racing in between, and there's going to be a lot going on. And
that's true.
I just tell the general public, support it, back your favorite team, back your riders. It's going to come back. Buy your tickets. Come out now.
Yeah, come out. Don't be scared. Let's hit this thing hard.
Yeah.
I'm with you, brother. All right. I'll talk to you soon, man.
All right, guys. Have a good evening.
Later,
Thanks
Lucas.
for having me. See ya.
Main Event Moto.
If you're a true Motohead, then motosport.com is your only choice when it comes to OEM or aftermarket parts for your bike. And when it comes to servicing your bike or giving it the punch you need to perform, it's EMT Racing. With motosport.com, you can get everything you need for your bike with great pricing and ridiculous speed on shipping. And with EMT, it's simple. Take your bike to the experts.
2020 is the year EMT takes over the performance world. If you don't know, now you know.
Your Bat Bros choose motosport.com and EMT Racing, and you should too. Motoheads, do you want to stand out on and off the track? Make sure to check out Viral Moto for your jersey lettering and apparel needs. That's viralmoto.com.
Because having a blank jersey is about as bad as Vincent's golf game.
And when it's time to get a screen printing project done for your business or personal use, you have one choice. It's screenprintingdone.com.
Neil is the man. You know those Main Event Moto sweatshirts you're wearing? Yeah, Neil at Screen Printing Done did those.
You know that sick new Viral Moto shirt you're wearing? Yeah, Neil did those too.
We like to look good. That's why we choose Viral Moto and ScreenPrintingDone.com.
All American Chevrolet in Killeen, Texas is a proud supporter of Main Event Moto and invites all the Moto heads to experience the difference for all of your Chevy sales and service needs. Mention Main Event Moto and get 50% off your next oil change and a front end alignment at no charge. Remember, whether you're hauling your bikes to the weekend track, trail, or race, or commuting to the job that pays for your moto habit, we have the truck to get you there in style. Visit us online anytime at ChevyKilleen.com. That's all American Chevrolet of Killeen. Chevy, find new roads.
Main Event Moto Podcast.
Ooh-wee. Good talk with Mirtl, Joe. He's optimistic. I think I am too. I want to be. I need to stop reading stuff though, man. I've read some stuff, Joe.
Me too.
Let's talk about one of them. Can we talk about one?
Okay, which one?
Or is that going to fire you off too crazy?
No, that's fine. Which one?
Oh, which one? Have you heard about the 10 Days of Darkness?
I have not heard about the 10 Days of Darkness. Fill me in. Give me the bullet points.
So, I'm not a QAnon guy.
Okay.
I'm not a Q guy, but I know what Q is. You know what Q is, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I know what Q is, but I'm not like a Q guy. But somebody sent me a breakdown of what this guy. I don't know if I don't know if he's a. What do they call these anon guys? Are they break down code? Is that what they do? I don't know. I don't know specifically, but this guy is like a very well credited code breaker of Q's posting on one of the chans he's on, whatever. And it lays out what's happening, and it says this is all gonna be fine, but it's nothing to do with the virus. This is a big old setup, and there's gonna be 10 days of pure darkness where we have no internet service, we have no television, nothing, and there's going to be something playing on loop on television for 10 days. Coming clean on a bunch of things that are...
What?
Yes.
And when is this happening?
They say April 1st to April 10th.
Whoa.
Yeah.
They actually gave the date.
Yeah, and here's the thing is when I read... Because again, I'm not a believer or a denier. You know me, Joe. I sit mostly in the middle on everything. I'm glass half empty, half full, usually at all times. When I read this one, I went, oh my gosh, this is very detailed. And if this happens, holy crap. But that's the gnarliest one. I'm going to send you a link.
Wow.
I'm going to send you a link, and I want you to read it. It'll take you 10 minutes. And when you read this, dude,
oh, man.
you'll be nauseous.
I don't want to go 10 days without the internet. That's the only thing keeping us together.
That's the
imagine
point.
if there
That's
was,
the
imagine
point.
this if this was this thing now without the if we weren't all able to sit home and watch Netflix, there would be some really messed up, rowdy stuff going on.
No. This breakdown, this thought or conspiracy theorist, whatever, says it's on purpose. It's meant so that everybody is seeing the same thing, so everyone could be exposed to some things that have been hidden.
Wow.
And when it says that's as far as y'all look it up. Y'all look it up.
10 Days of Darkness.
You know
Oh my God.
See,
sounds like a movie.
That's a cool title, huh?
Yeah,
I almost wanted to put a link to it for my Instagram story. But I don't want to.
You're not trying to be the one.
I'm not trying to get gotten. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to spread this.
You're already spreading links of the brother, the dude with the monster.
The guy with the what?
The black dude with the monster hog. He's just he's out.
The most famous dude. Hey, did you see what I put on Instagram?
Poor guy. He passed away a couple years ago, and he's the face.
Did he really?
Of COVID-19, Corona, Chinese Wuhan. Shout out.
Wait a minute. For real?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Hold on. Stop real quick. For those of you who want to know what we're talking about, there is a certain very large
muscular black guy, African American male,
who has been making his way through text messages.
Yes, he has. He's become the face of Corona.
Yes, and if someone says, "Hey, your neighborhood is having a Corona outbreak," click this
Here's the link.
Don't click the link
unless you're prepared to witness some stuff. Hobo Nick and I discussed this at length on the main show because his cousin J-Bone, shout out to J-Dog, what's up, buddy? His wife's cousin or something was friends with that guy. They have his
really?
They know his real name and everything. And Hobo Nick put a famous comedian who was asking what's this guy's name? I need his name. Hobo Nick told them who it is, and there's a backstory. And unfortunately, he passed away a couple years ago from kidney failure.
Oh,
and so he's not able to bask in the glory of being the face of Corona.
He is a legend, right?
Right? Who would have thought? And that guy's picture has been around for a long time.
I've gotten that text
I've gotten it for other things before, too. That thing will poke you in the eye.
Yeah,
boy.
Be careful when you open up that
right out
text.
the gate.
It's brutal.
10 Days of Darkness, y'all.
10 Days of Darkness. Hey, I'm telling you right now, and I'm just saying, that's just one of the ones I've read. I have read, dude, this is, if you're a conspiracy theorist, this is your time to shine. There are so many ways you can go with this. But again, I'm not going to sit here and say that they're all wrong. Things are weird right now. I mean, dude, it was a week and 4 days ago. I was driving to the airport. Dude, the National Guard got, what is it, called in?
Activated,
Activated today.
Oh, yeah, for sure, bro. Look,
this is not just some kind of a fluke.
Yeah, if you're out there chilling thinking this is a pandemic, you're wrong, bro. This is a plandemic.
Yeah, see, and I'd say I don't want to go all the way there, but I'm just going to say right now that the majority of my emotions lead towards this is a crock of doo-doo.
Oh, man.
But we'll all find out together. Let's do our Law Tigers because, dude, I did take things actually surprisingly very serious this week. Let's do it.
Motoheads, we ride with Law Tigers, the lawyers who ride. Visit lawtigers.com or call 1-800-LAW-TIGERS for more information. The Law Tigers watch over their own, and with Law Tigers, you'll never ride alone. And now, our weekly Law Tigers update.
Law Tigers, thank you guys for believing in me. Although, if I was an odds maker, I would say might not have my chance, Joe. I might not get my chance. But if I do, maybe it's in the fall. I even have more time to prepare.
To be honest, this is the biggest conspiracy of them all, that you set Corona loose because you didn't want to race the little dude in Salt Lake.
See, if
that's the theory I keep seeing
really
on the internet.
Is that I did let it loose just to cancel 5 races, so I had more time at home to prepare. But the last 2 are going to go off, and I'll be way more ready.
That's what I keep seeing.
That's
say.
the truth.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
That's the 10 Days of Darkness.
No, here's some silly stuff for you. California just got put on ordered mandatory lockdown, and the National Guard's getting called in. You know that we have a population of 39 million, and there's been 42 deaths in this state. Do you know what the percentage is on that? 0.0000106.
Wow.
And they're shutting down the state.
Yeah.
Do the math. Actually, use a calculator to do the math because you can't do the math.
Law Tigers can do the math.
Law Tigers. I did take things pretty serious this week, Joe. I went for a run. Did you see I posted it on Main Event Moto's Instagram?
No.
It was an 11-minute mile. It was not my best performance. I made it about a quarter mile before I realized that it was a bad decision to go for a run, but I did finish. I ran the whole way. I slowed down, but I did run the whole way. And I have been doing push-ups and sit-ups every other day, and I am getting in shape. I'm getting in better shape. I'm growing my beard out, which is
helpful.
Makes me feel cooler when I run through the neighborhood in my sweatpants. And I actually, again, for the Law Tigers update, I did do a lot this week for me. I physically am trying my best. That's all I have to say.
When you run, are you a headphones listening to something? What do you listen to? Music? What music?
Shuffle.
Yeah.
Just put some. I actually recently got on my Wi-Fi, went on my iTunes, and re-downloaded all my songs on this phone that I have now. Same phone, but I just never had iTunes on this phone because long story. So I've been re-downloading like old stuff that I was into years ago, and I've been just pressing shuffle, and it's been magical. Been loving it. All right, Scott USA Prospect listener questions. Before we get to those, though, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsors that do make this show happen, and I appreciate you listeners too for tuning in. I know we're all bored, so we're looking for entertainment, and I hope that we're bringing it to you. We're trying our best, but I want to give a huge shout out to Fly, Mika Metals, No Toil, EMT Racing, Viral Moto, Ole Me Creations, Motosport.com. Of course, we'll do the gift card giveaway right now. All American Chevy of Killeen, Screen Printing Done, Guts Racing, Scott USA, DRS Suspension with Race Tech, and of course, Law Tigers. Thank you guys so much. This is your Scott USA Prospect listener questions. And Joe, I want to give a gift card to someone who makes me laugh. What did I put in the title? I think I said, what have you all been doing during the quarantine? And I picked a couple that I thought were funny. Joe will read them, and we'll pick one winner out of the bunch. Let's do it.
First one comes from Dio.
Dio, yeah.
I know, man.
This one's pretty good, too. He's not getting a gift card, but I thought it was funny. That's why I let it slide. What does Dio have to say?
Recreating DB's moto career, a.k.a. not doing much.
Yeah.
Ouch, Devo.
Yeah, I thought that was funny, though. It made me giggle.
Yeah.
So, again, what are you doing on your quarantine time? So, Dio, congrats. Next one.
JSN 411, I've counted, and there are 1,637 tiles in my bathroom.
Have you done anything weird like that since you've been home with more time?
I'm carving this dough bowl over here by hand out of a gigantic log.
And what's the plan with that? You got a big, giant log, and you are...
I'm taking a mallet and a chisel. I'm going to do this one all by hand, no power tools. So I'm just sitting here in the garage playing some music, sipping on one of the many adult beverages in here.
Yeah, what do you got there? You got some Fireball.
All kinds of stuff. Fireball, cherry whiskey from some main show guys.
So you're just chilling, sipping,
some,
and
Jack Daniels,
chiseling.
Jameson. Yeah, sipping, chilling, chiseling.
I love it.
And then just random stuff.
All right. Next one.
White Snake, yo, memes. Memes is life now. He's right. That's the silver lining.
Do you feel like the meme game has been pretty on here for a few years, but I feel like it's hit maybe its best 2 weeks.
The memes are in stride right now.
Yeah, you got some these people out there that make these things.
Yeah.
You got the skills. I've tried. Vincent's tried. Vincent tries to make memes every once in a while, and they're cute. But there are some that come out, and I'm just like, this guy needs the Nobel Peace Prize. Whoever came up with this meme is like, you can't even be any better at it. Yeah, meme game has been good the last 2 weeks. Next one.
Samson Harton 417 rewatching 250 West podium interviews, timing each guy to crown the overall longest interviewer.
I want to give something to somebody. I actually want a count. If someone is willing to do it, I want you to go and find out which one of my podium interviews was the longest. What should we give them? What do you have to give them? What do I have to give them?
I got nothing to give them.
How about a pair of Scott Prospect goggles?
Perfect.
Scott Prospect goggles to whoever first can DM me who has the longest podium interview this year that I've done, because they don't talk to Will, like they don't do to her what they do to me. They torture me. So figure out who the longest one is, DM me, and I'll send you a Scott Prospect goggle. What do you think of that?
I think it's awesome.
All right, next one.
Samson Harton 417. Never mind, I already said that, dude. KG Money 301. Just getting drunk. That's it. Every day. I live in the Midwest, just outside of Cincinnati. It's our non-stop crap weather time of year.
How about you? You been drinking?
A little bit.
I've been drinking a little bit.
Yeah.
Sam had. I've been having like a Sam or two every night. Just chilling. Like I said, it's been even when I've been home in the past, it's been chaotic for different reasons, but this one's weird because of when it is, you know? So I've had more time to like sit down after dinner, have a beer, talk to Maggie, hang with the kids, like, I've been drinking a little bit. So in a good way. Calm down, everybody. I'm not like that. I've been sipping pretty heavy over the last week and a half, and it's been nice. Next one.
AWOL 45. Your mom. Wow. That might be gift cardable.
Really? For just a simple your mom joke?
I mean,
huh?
it's clean, it's concise, it's to the point, it's 2 words saying so much.
2 little words could be so...
You do like them short and impactful.
I do, but it's my mother he's talking about, and I love my mama, so I don't know about that one. Next one.
Mitchell 176 started a new career on Supercross 3, and I'm 9 rounds in, and A-Ray is the points leader with Vince in second. And I'm certain CW2, ET3 are near the bottom in points. Hashtag yup, world has lost it.
Yeah, I've actually been playing a little bit of video games with Evan too, and I'm always surprised when they have the algorithm built into the game, right? And the characters are all what they are. I always get surprised when it's like some random dude out front, and then Tomac or whatever is in like last. Like they didn't put the algorithm together correctly to like put the top guys at the front every time. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Is it on shuffle?
Yeah.
You know, random shuffle. I agree. That's silly to me sometimes. Where like if you play Madden or NBA, like, dude, if you pick a guy with a 99 3-point range, the dude drains every shot. Like,
right.
And it's usually Curry or something. But I'm surprised the Moto games are so far off in their algorithms. They're pretty goofy. Next one.
Todd Krieg 531 finally accepting the fact that we won't get to see Pedrogan in action this season.
I don't know. According to Mirtl, I think we still might have a shot. And I will tell you this. My bag for Indy, Joe, is still packed. It is packed in my room. And in that bag is Pedrogan. Ironed, pressed, ready.
This one's Todd Krieg's pretty
Ready.
good on this Pedrogan thing.
Yeah, put him down as a maybe.
All right, Todd Krieg.
It is, but it's not done. It's not done. Well, it depends on the time of year, though. Pedrogan's got a shot. All right, next one.
Tanner Angst watching the NASCAR iRacing Pro Invitational Series and wishing Supercross Live could do something similar. That was fun to watch.
You hear about that?
No, what is that?
I didn't watch it either, but I heard like the NASCAR guys did something like with a video game and aired it on FS1. I don't know if they were playing as themselves. I didn't pay attention enough, but I know the NASCAR community was pretty high on it.
Didn't like Piscatelli or Keep It Ribbit or somebody have a suggestion to do that for the Supercross dudes?
Yeah. Someone did, and again, I don't know exactly how they did it, but they did something like that for NASCAR. And I think it was received pretty well. Again, that would be cool in our sport. Could you imagine all the riders like playing themselves?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
It'd be really, really. I mean, did you see the marble racing down the hill? The little
Yes. That was cool.
And Bob Menery is on fire right now. He definitely has taken it upon himself at this time to entertain.
Yeah.
He has been killing it the last week.
You see ESPN The Ocho's back. They're airing a bunch of weird sports.
Really?
Yeah.
No, that's incredible, though. Dodgeball? No?
Probably, yeah. They're doing a bunch of random stuff.
That's awesome. All right, next one.
Merrill TJ, wondering how producer Joe is so knowledgeable about Supercross yet hasn't ridden a dirt bike. It's kind of like my wife telling me what pills I need to take, even though she has no clue what they do. I'm not knowledgeable, Merrill. I just kick it, bro.
That's pretty good, though. Huh?
That's pretty good.
You do know a lot. You know what's crazy is that you've never ridden. You've only been to a couple races. You know so much stuff. Like, again, and I hate this because especially you give me a hard time about the things that I don't reveal on the show that you know, but you know some of the gnarliest things ever. that will never go public in the sport, and and you're like, you've never ridden. You've only been to what, 2, 3?
Oh, just appreciate it as a fan, man.
Yeah, and then you got you got the dirt, son. If the Moto Dirt book ever came out, dude, oh my God.
Dude.
I remember being in Germany and talking to a certain writer about that, and they said, man, if I ever published a book with all the things I know, it would have to be what's it called where you don't say?
Like anonymous anonymous. Under a pen name.
He said it would have to be anonymous
or a
because
pseudonym.
he would be dead.
Yeah. He'd be dead.
All right, next one.
Trophy Tractor, actual listener question. What's up with Chase Sexton's bra straps?
Yeah, I threw that one in there because I was curious if you noticed that. I think it's something does he wear a neck brace still? Is it holding his neck brace down? I kind of don't. Hold on, let me look at my phone. I don't know if he still wears a neck brace or not. I think he wears an Atlas. And if that's what it is, then that's what it is. It's to hold his neck brace down, if he does have one, which I'm looking, and I can't find. Yeah, he's wearing a neck brace. That's what it is. He has a strap underneath that holds the brace down so it doesn't float up. I'm 90% sure that's what it is. All right, next one.
G-Rube79, working, damn it. I am essential, so they tell me. He's got some sort of essential gig.
Yeah, I don't want to reveal what you do, Joe, but wouldn't you be considered in that world, kind of?
Yeah, they said it was. They said it was legit to the point where they gave us some sort of permission slip that we had to print out, and if we get pulled over, we just pull it out and show it to the cop.
I mean, I'm an essential. Eagle Grit's a cleaning supply product company. I don't have any form like that. I just pretty much made the decision myself that I'm an essential.
Nice.
Brian's been out working, and
dude, I was out today in these streets, and you would have never known. It was a beautiful day.
Home everywhere.
Depot was packed.
People everywhere.
You would have never known that anything was going on at all.
Again, if you shut your phone off and went outside today and hung out,
no clue.
You would just be pissed that you couldn't sit in and out.
I would be wondering why the hell is Home Depot closing at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
That's all I would be wondering.
But I mean,
why is that white dude wearing a medical mask in Home Depot right now? That's only for old Asian ladies usually. Even before Corona. No, that's not racist. That's just the truth.
No, and everybody's got them now. I don't have one now.
Now everybody's got them.
I misplaced mine. Next one.
None Gary 141 looking for some eagles in the sky to help Eagle Grit keep up with stock.
Yeah, our stock is good. We actually have been getting emails from our customers being like, "Hey, are you guys staying in business through all this?" And it's like, dude, we clean hands. That's what we do. No, we don't have a disinfectant added to our product because that's a completely different style of product. But we're up and running and fully stocked and selling, and then again that's still taking up most of my time, and that's what I've been doing all day. So I've been getting caught up on that, which again this time of year is nightmare. So that's fully wide open, stocked, and we're good on Eagles, buddy. Thanks for the lookout, but we're good.
M Norris 1040. He says hoarding all the teepee while wearing my tinfoil hat.
Pretty much.
You guys good on teepee?
Yeah.
At the house?
Yeah. In fact, I went to Walmart last week. When I got to checkout, they made me put back some stuff because I had too much. You're not allowed to have more than one bread, one deli meat, one milk, and one thing of chicken.
Jeez, man.
And I had 2 of each, and they made me put them back. Now, where I lucked out is the guy in front of me had 2 things of toilet paper, and they took away one of his toilet papers. Who better to give it to than the next person in line? So I got a fresh set 4 days ago.
Was it one of the big ones?
No, it was a little 4-pack.
Are you rationing it? Are you keeping the kids to one square?
No.
No.
We haven't done anything like that.
Yeah, just living life.
No, just living life 100%. Again, just taking it all in day by day. Just spending a lot of time researching weird stuff.
Jim YM 531, watch Daniel Blair 125 hop on his kid 65 and prove he stands no chance against setting a faster lap than Danger Boy Deegan if he ever gets the chance.
No, I had a little bet going with Evan. I made this little tiny circle track, little rut track, and he's very cute of him. Said that I couldn't beat him. on his bike, and I got right on his bike and worked him. Like, dude, it was a corner track. There's no jumps, and I just was ripping these little ruts. And I posted on Instagram, and I definitely heard from y'all. Y'all are rude, and I disagree with 99% of you. I'm just fine, and yeah, Danger Boy. Again, if this ever happens, it's just got to happen before he gets on big bikes. That's what I'm saying. If they postpone this thing any longer, the dude's going to end up on a big bike, and then I'm not doing the deal.
Yeah.
I specifically chose this deal because he's on an 85, so I'm running out of time. Next one.
Father to Angel says trolling social media for liberals. So when the purge starts, I'll be ready.
I had to throw that in there. That's a buddy of mine, and he's going to LOL that I put his Instagram.
Yeah, that actually reminds me. I watched a movie last night called The Hunt. Have you heard of this?
I actually listened to Ben Shapiro's interview yesterday with the guy Blum. Is that the producer of that?
I don't know.
The guy who did Paranormal Activity. He's the same guy.
Okay.
And they talked about The Hunt at length. And I haven't seen it yet, but I literally heard them talk about it yesterday.
Yeah, good movie.
Was it good?
Yeah, it's funny. It's really violent. So, be prepared for some pretty gory scenes of violence. But it's pretty good, pretty funny. And they paint the liberals and the conservatives with the exact brush and color that you would expect. It's pretty good.
Really? So they push.
It's entertaining.
They push the stereotypes.
They push the stereotypes a little bit, and it's entertaining. It's not earth-shattering. It's not groundbreaking.
What should I watch
first? It's not going to change your life.
The Hunt or Tiger King?
Oh God. So Tiger King is like a 7-part little series, so you better be prepared, for some hours there.
Okay.
The Hunt's a good hour and a half, so if you just need to, chill out and
Netflix.
The Hunt's fun. I don't know if it's on Netflix or not, but Tiger King's on Netflix. Yeah.
All right. Next one.
Jason Herman 734 through page 17 of the Kama Sutra and 11 hours on my new bike.
Page 17.
On a boy, Jason.
Doing well, man. Are you putting his name down? I said you grabbed your pen.
We'll put it. Anytime the Kama Sutra is mentioned,
you have a shot.
You got a shot there.
All right, next one.
Last one, baby. Brendan Adams 145. I'm wondering why Ken Roczen, the most popular rider in Supercross, isn't in the new Supercross game. I've heard this. What's going on with that?
I don't know. Remember though, there was like NBA and NFL games back in the day where like one player wouldn't do it, and I don't know why. I have to assume that it was a decision obviously made by him and his agent, and I don't know if it's a good or bad move. I don't know. You think it would be a good or bad?
Yeah, it's a bad move if you're choosing not to do it. I mean, why wouldn't you want to be immortalized in as many video games as possible?
I mean, that's kind of what I thought too. Again, but to not be in there, I feel to not be in there had to have been a conscious choice. And I don't know exactly why that, like where the strategy behind that would be.
If I had to guess, and this is just pure speculation, it's all about licensing his name, and he was probably holding out for more dough than they were willing to spend on it.
And when you say he, are you talking about he, or are you talking about representation?
They,
They. No, I'm with you. So who wins the card?
We can either go with Todd Krieg, Pedrogan, or we can go with Jason Herman 724 with the Kama Sutra.
So your mom guy's gone?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'd feel like you kind of ixnay.
I mean, if you win that way
with your mom, that's kind of.
I feel like
I think that might be setting the bar.
Are we better than that?
I believe so. At least for the gift card. Not in everyday life. We're not better than your mom jokes.
No, in fact, I feel like that's right
around
where I am. It's about right where I live.
That's about my bar. Yeah, that's about as high as I get.
That's right in my realm. Let's go Kama Sutra guy.
Boom, there it is.
Pretty funny.
Jason Herman 734. Holler at your boy. Get that gift card.
Get that gift card. And yeah, good luck, everybody. April 1st through April 10th. 10 days of darkness.
It's upon us.
Dude, good luck, everybody.
Main event motor. Screw it. You know it by now.